One of the things that happens in these kinds of cases, and questions that I get all the time, are people wondering if that's what's happening in their lives. They'll be going through a divorce, or perhaps they've been divorced, and now suddenly things have changed for whatever reason, and their child or children are no longer as willing to see them and that sort of thing. And that's often at that level. The questions that you often hear are, what should I do? I mean, should I insist on seeing them? Because if I do, it sort of puts the children in the middle and it makes it more difficult for them. Or should I sort of, oh, that's okay if you don't want me to come to your basketball game because it'll upset you, then okay, I won't, because I don't want to make waves. What I have found is that most of the advice, I'm certain well-intended, most of the advice by oftentimes mental health professionals as well as by attorneys is don't make waves. If the child doesn't want to have you there, or if there's some sort of reason to believe you shouldn't be there because of the child's wishes or that other parent's wishes, then don't make waves. In these kinds of cases, that's the wrong advice. That's the beginning of things eroding and finally losing a relationship with the children. That's one of the first things I hear, is that question about what should I do and should I pursue or not. In most cases, in almost all cases, and there's some exceptions that may involve legalities, but the answer is you need to maintain to maintain and fight for that relationship if that's what it takes. And that leads to the other part of this, and that is this is a very, very specialized field. A number of summers ago, I went and did trainings in several different states for mental health professionals who specialize in custody evaluations and so forth, which is a very specialized subset of professionals. And what I found was an amazing level of naivete by otherwise very well qualified custody evaluators that really didn't understand this at all. And I think that's important to understand, that when a custody evaluator is doing an evaluation and the child has been already alienated, that custody evaluator will almost certainly come out with recommendations that are injurious to the whole situation. So it's very important to have professionals involved in the case that understand this, and that's not always easy to identify. So, because most evaluators will claim that they are, but many really are not. So I can't stress that one enough, is that it's very important to make sure the people involved in the case are clearly qualified and have experience in this particular field, because it really is different than a lot of other things that the evaluator will come across. In terms of attorneys being, sometimes I'll have people that will come in that will already have attorneys, and in those cases it'll be a matter of working with the attorney and hopefully helping them to understand and develop strategies to deal with this. And there are certain do's and don'ts that I've learned over the years that do work, and a lot of things that don't. So it's a matter of helping that attorney to identify those. Or if the parent comes in and they don't have an attorney, I will oftentimes help them find one that understands this and will be able to transition into litigating a case where this is present, because it really is different than a lot of other phenomenon in the family law world.